y'all, Devontae here. I'm back with another video today. Today, I'm resuming a video I did a year ago called Saw 3 2006 Kill Count. I did part 1 like a year ago, like May 5th. I know it's been a while. I honestly forgot about this. And I want to continue the rest of the part. Okay. Before I start this video, I don't remember what I left off. I think I left off around 10 minutes. 10 minutes in. This is the best, but I'm just gonna finish the rest. Yeah, that's why I didn't do the whole thing, because it was like 20 minutes long. But without wasting any time, let's get started.
After taking even longer because he's slow-ass motherfucking Jeff, he finally hits the switch to burn up all the toys, giving us that unrated ending to Toy Story 3 that, admit it, you were kind of interested in seeing. The key falls and Jeff grabs it, and thankfully, the judge still has all his breathing parts above the pig mush line, so Jeff is able to free him and pull him to safety. Good job, Jeff. It's operation time. Since John's brain is pushing up against his skull, Lynn's gonna cut that big bone up and relieve some of the pressure. It also provokes some flashes of, wait, what's going on here? Uh-oh, did Lynn just surgery out another storyline for this series? Who's that killer kissing lady? Tune in to Saw 4 to find out. The operation's a success, and John reaches out to touch Lynn's arm and say he loves her, confusing her for that dream lady of his. This upsets Amanda, who looks real jealous of the attention Lynn's getting from her torture daddy. She has a good cry and flashes back to better times with Jigsaw, like when she went to Adam's apartment to be the pighead that abducted him. Another scene shows her and John setting up the bathroom trap, right down to painting the X mark on the wall and prepping the floor with a bucket of fake blood. John injects himself with a drug that will slow his heart rate and relax his muscles, thus explaining his 8 hours of perfect stillness. And Amanda haphazardly tosses Adam's key into the tub with him, then shuts the door for the game to begin. Good times, man. Present day Amanda nuzzles up to John, then gets real feisty with Lynn, who she is just not a fan of. Once again, she's reprimanded by the man she worships, and he makes her leave so he and Lynn can be alone.
I apologize for her behavior.
Okay, great. Anyone else's behavior you want to apologize for? Maybe like the guy who ordered a bullet bib for Lynn to wear? No, of course not. In the other room, Amanda has another flashback to a time shortly after the first movie ended. She returned to the shit room and woke up Adam to give him some mercy. Too bad it's in the form of a plastic sheet around his head, which she uses to suffocate him to death. And there, with this, we can finally add Adam to the kill count. I know we saw his body in Saw 2, but I wanted to wait until we witnessed the actual act of murder. Also, apparently there are some people out there who think the body in there isn't his. I know the series has a lot of twists, but
this movie is cruel
to me that Adam's dead. Jeff and his new pal Judge
I cannot be in a Saw
on
movie.
and find the final door of Jeff's trial. He kicks it
Especially
open
as a black guy, I'll probably die first.
Crazy metal trap. The man stuck inside of it is Timothy Young, as the tape around his neck reveals. No relation to Amanda, but he is the man who struck down and killed Jeff's son Dylan. Jigsaw humanizes Timothy on the tape, talking about his family, how he's a med school student, how he felt real bad about the accident, and then introduces the torture device that he's put poor Timothy in.
I call it the rack.
He says it's his favorite. The rack is gonna twist Timothy's limbs around in a form of some fatally extreme yoga, and the key to free him is in a cage on a rope attached to the trigger of a shotgun. Will Jeff take a bullet to save the man who accidentally killed his son, or will he just be slow-ass motherfucking Jeff? Place your bets. The rack begins twisting, and Timothy cries out in anguish. After being unable to secure the key himself, the judge demands that Jeff help free Timothy. But Jeff just fucking stands there as this dude's limbs get twisted all sorts of nasty ways. Jeff is not an urgent man. After it's all but too late, Jeff finally slowly lumbers his way to the trap and slowly inspects it like he's casually window shopping for shotguns instead of trying to save a man who's
why you gotta do this to the black guy?
To untie the key
Why,
from the rope
movie?
and announces
Sign
his
up.
victory at standard Jeff
This
speed.
is cruel.
Too bad Jeff is also not a careful man, and the shotgun goes off right in Judge Halden's face, giving us some good classic non-torture gore as he falls to the ground dead from, you know, having his frickin' face blown off. Slow-ass Jeff
tough.
stumbles around the trap and fumbles with the key until he gives up and just caresses Timothy's face while he shouts out, "I forgive him!" Yeah, that's great for you, Jeff, but Tim's head is exactly the wrong direction right now. Timothy Young is finally dead after one of the most drawn-out and torturous experiences we've seen in these movies so far. If only I could say it doesn't get worse. Jigsaw asks Lynn about her husband, and she says that at this point they're basically strangers and not doing very well. Curious time to be talking about her personal life.
See,
She's
why
not
you gotta
a
do
good
this to
guy,
the brother
calling
like
him a
that?
monster and a
Why?
murderer.
I don't condone murder, and I despise murderers.
Oh my
Why would I
god.
take the shotgun to the head
You
like
can
that?
Just go ahead and die whenever you're ready. Or just pour hot wax over one of your Play Me tapes. Whatever. Just shut up with your sanctimonious bullshit. In the other room, Amanda finds an envelope with her name on it, and inside is a note that makes her cry. When she returns to Jigsaw to tell him that Jeff has finished his final task, John tells Lynn that she's free to go now. But Amanda refuses to comply with the order to unlock her.
She doesn't deserve to go free.
John asks Amanda if she felt the same way about Eric Matthews, which prompts a flashback that continues the scene we saw in the cold open. Remember that? Yeah, back when Eric freed himself by smashing his foot, he wound up limping through those tunnels and getting the jump on Amanda. He straight up beats the crap out of her, first with a pipe and then just slamming her against the wall as he keeps asking where his son is. But before he can take a knife and finish the job, she kicks out his fucked up foot and knocks him back to the ground, then grabs her bag and leaves him in the tunnels to die, as he screams after her over and over that she's not Jigsaw, bitch!
You're not Jigsaw. You're not Jigsaw, bitch. You're not Jigsaw, bitch.
The Operation Room standoff is getting tense. Amanda turns on Jigsaw, calling him a murderer, which, yes, thank you, and denying his philosophy of change through torture by asserting that nobody ever really changes. Jigsaw says that if Amanda fails, then they all fail, so maybe chill the fuck out with that gun, alright? Meanwhile, Jeff has found a gun of his own as he heads to the film's finale. He comes out a door and winds up in the same room full of Jigsaw supplies that Lynn woke up in at the start of her plotline. Do we have another time shift thing going on here? Nah, dude, Jeff's there at the same time all this shit's going down, and he calls out Lynn's name right as Amanda resigns herself to shooting Lynn in the back. She falls into Jeff's arms, and Jigsaw tells Amanda how she just fucked up.
You just destroyed 4 lives. You just murdered Jeff's wife.
Yep, Lynn was Jeff's wife. That dude in bed with her in the beginning was some paramour, apparently asking her to divorce Jeff so she could be with him. In retaliation, Jeff shoots Amanda straight in the neck. As he tends to Lynn, Amanda falls down near John, who explains to her that this whole thing was his game for her. He hadn't told her that Lynn was Jeff's wife because Amanda's whole test was to not kill Lynn. He was testing her because she kept setting up unwinnable games, like Adam's bathtub key, Troy's chain bang with the welded door, and Carrie's ribtacular explosion. Because of all that, he considers her a murderer. And remember, Jigsaw despises murderers. Having had her brain sufficiently scrambled, Amanda finally succumbs to her neck wound, bleeding out to death on the floor. For some reason, I spent the past 12 years thinking she survived.
But yeah, you're
this
gonna murder
and come back
yourself.
later. But no, Amanda Young really dies here, as confirmed by Jigsaw himself.
Game over.
Jeff turns his gun on Jigsaw, but John's like, hey dude, why don't you tend to your dying wife instead of worrying about little old me? It's not like I'm a murderer or nothing. But Jeff ain't learned shit from his trials and tribulations, so instead of taking up John's very strongly suggested offer to forgive him, he powers up a circular saw. As Jigsaw lies there with the smuggest looking smile on his face, Jeff slashes him across the neck, then sarcastically says he forgives John as the old man gushes blood out of his throat. But the last laugh is reserved for Jigsaw, of course, because he's got a tape to play for Jeff. In a kinda weird twist, the tape reveals that Jigsaw has hidden away Jeff and Lynn's daughter Corbett in a location with limited air supply, and that Jeff will have to play another game if he wants to save her. Then Jigsaw just straight up dies. Those hospital monitors ain't lying. This is seriously the death of John Kramer. Yep, in Saw 3. I guess there's no way he could be in any of the sequels, right? With Jigsaw's death comes Lynn's as well, since the bullet collar is now activated. After a patented Saw supercut showing us a bunch of moments from these 3 films, we see the gnarly aftermath of Lynn's trap. Pretty brutal. And that's how the movie ends. Some stuff was left in the air, but by now you should have realized how much this series is going to be a soap opera, and honestly, I'm all for it. Let's see how many kills this episode gave us though, and get to the numbers. Ugh. 9 people died in Saw 3, and the victims consisted of 5 men and 4 women, the most even gender distribution of the series so far.
Alright, y'all, this is the end of the video. I'm glad I finished part 2, but this movie is just brutal. I don't think I never saw Saw like that. I know about the character and stuff, but yeah, this is just brutal, like cruel. But if y'all enjoyed this video, make sure you leave a like, comment, subscribe.